everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and today we're going to talk about editing. Specifically, we're going to go over the topic again. I did a video about editing during my first year on Authortube. About 6 months ago, I deleted all of my first year because the videos were bad quality and not what I wanted people to see. So I decided that I would revisit the topic of editing. I've also done a Tia with Joey video, which I will link up in the cards. So editing, it's something you can't get away from and something that no matter who you are, you will have to do. So what are my tips for finding the right person to walk you through this? Number 1, decide what kind. There are many different types of editor and many different types of edit. There's developmental, line edit, copy edit, proofreading, and so on. For the majority of this video, I'm going to be talking about both developmental and line editors, simply because these are the ones I am most familiar with and therefore know something about. So before you can really go shopping for an editor, you need to know which one you're looking for and which one you're going for. Developmental editors will go through your manuscript and look at the story both as a whole and in pieces. They will be telling you what works and what doesn't. Sometimes you can get away with not using this kind of editor by employing beta readers, and while I do that, the editor I work with does both in one, so it makes a lot of sense to have her give her ideas as well. As far as a line edit goes, they go through line by line and look at it under a microscope. So they're looking for what works in each individual sentence. This can help making sure you don't have clunky words or overused phrases, but for your first step, you need to work out what kind of editor you're looking for. Number 2, ask for a sample. While I could explain that you will find most editors online these days as far as indie goes, traditional publishers do not need to hire an editor before querying. It's something you can also get advice from writer friends and other authors in your circle, but once you've done that, once you've narrowed down who you like, you can ask each editor for a sample edit. Usually this is a certain percentage, done for free, or a certain number of chapters. This gives you an idea of whether or not it's the right editor for you. Sometimes you and an editor will have a clash of personalities or style. That's completely okay. You want to be working with someone who you can actually work with. Otherwise, it's going to be painful for both of you, and it's much better to make sure you fit. Number 3, save up or payment plan. Now for the truth. Editors are expensive. This is for a number of reasons, like the fact that you're paying for their time, hours of their time, and also because it's dependent on the number of words. The best thing you can do is accept that this is a cost you will have to pay and save up in advance. Sometimes you can work with your chosen editor and do a payment plan. But if it's something that you know is coming, and you should, because unless you're going the traditional route, you need to hire an editor, then saving up is the best option. An average price can be found online as to your manuscript's word count and all the rest. I'd say to look because it can widely vary and I don't want to give out information that might not be correct. Number 4, set a time frame. Once you've got the money and the book is all ready, set a time frame. Now personally, my editor and I get along pretty well and we're pretty relaxed about time frames for edits. I usually give her a few months, but that's not the norm and so shouldn't be seen as much. But be sure that you communicate with your editor. If you need it by a certain date, let them know in advance so they can plan and be sure to meet that deadline. You should be in contact throughout the editing period. But of course, I don't mean email them every day to ask if they're done yet, because that's just shitty and no one should do that. But be sure to communicate with them. If you need it done by X day and they don't know, then that's on you, not them. Basically, just don't be an asshole about it. And number 5, remember it's your say. And finally, I want to dispel some of the myths I hear about people not wanting to hire an editor or go the traditional route. And that is that no editor should be making changes to your book that you have no say in. That's just not how editing works in either route. If an editor suggests changes, it's your choice as to whether or not to make those changes. And at the end of the day, the book is yours and you can take it in whatever direction you choose. And whatever your editor says, you don't have to change something just because they suggest it. But I would forewarn you that if you don't, and it's a sticking point with readers, you can't then blame it on your editor. You get to decide what your story is and have final say in what gets removed, what's changed and rewritten. And you have to own that choice. So there we have it, all the bits and pieces about editing and anything else you might need to know. Personally, I am very happy with my editing team and very glad that I get on with them so well, and just really happy that I get to work with them and they get me and they get my books and they get everything and we mesh together so well. So that's all I have time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pre-order Lights Out. It's the last opportunity you will have to pre-order. And if you do pre-order, don't forget to sign up for this free pre-order swag. All the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching and remember to keep writing. Bye.